Liebet Sming's racist hostility toward Jort Miracle, for being a lesser Mar, grows stronger, and he becomes increasingly distant from the gang. John Mar eventually tracks him to the Big Rocks region and gets word to Jort that Liebet is hiding in a shack. They confront him with intent to kill, but hold their fire until he tries to run. Liebet escapes, only to be nearly mauled by a grizzly bear. Bloodied but alive, he flees onto the open plains, where neither John nor Jort can track him. Later, by chance, Liebet encounters John in town and pressures him to kill Jort because of his lesser Mar ancestry. John refuses. Eventually, however, he tells Liebet that he will kill Jort, if Liebet helps. Believing him, Liebet agrees. They meet on a mountain with Jort present, but instead of turning on Jort, John and Jort gun Liebet down together. From there, the Go Bear gang begins its decline. Oil Chugger, a wealthy oil rig owner and overseer under the 22nd Company, approaches Jort Miracle with an offer: kill John Mar for cash. His true motives remain unclear. Jort refuses and later tells John about the encounter. But John, already suffering from Plains disease, urges Jort to take the bounty. Jort eventually does, collecting the money after John's death. Meanwhile, back home, Leblet Sming, the brother of Liebet Sming, hears of Liebet's killing. In a drunken rage, he abandons his job as a lumberjack, bids his 2 children farewell, and sets out to hunt down Jort and John, unaware that John is already dead. Jort Miracle meets Micah Frog, a petty outlaw known mostly for scamming people with faulty guns. Micah joins the Go Bear gang. By chance, Leblet Sming comes across Micah, one of his former victims. The two exchange heated words before Leblet pulls a sawed-off, double-barreled shotgun and shoots Micah dead. When Jort learns of this, he sets out to hunt Leblet down. Their paths cross in a town where Leblet attempts to draw his shotgun on Jort. But Jort is quicker. He fires his big iron, shattering Leblet's leg bone. Leblet bleeds out, dying where he fell. Jort Miracle meets Gilbert Grass and Gary Bling, 2 petty outlaws known for small-time crimes. Both end up joining the Go Bear gang. One evening, Gilbert speaks with Oil Chugger in a saloon, asking about the bounty on Jort Miracle's head. Oil Chugger leaves mid-conversation, only to return leading a black bear. When questioned where he got it, he simply replies, "Up." Later that night, he beats the bear to death. Not long after, Gilbert begins coughing, the first signs of Plains disease. As if on cue, Oil Chugger sits at the piano and begins to play. Gilbert passes out and wakes up in the morning with Oil Chugger gone. News of Leblet Sming's death eventually reaches his children. Enraged, both set out to hunt down Jort Miracle, though they become separated. Jort is caught off guard in town and forced into a fistfight with one of the boys. The youth is badly beaten and tries to flee, firing a desperate shot at Jort. Startled and running on adrenaline, Jort shoots back, killing him. Realizing the gravity of what he's done, Jort flees town before facing consequences. He heads east, where he begins writing a book about his years as an outlaw. On another occasion, the other Sming child hides inside a church bell, only to become stuck. Gilbert, spotting him, hurls a fire bottle. The boy burns alive, still trapped in the bell. Gary encounters P. Silver, head of the 22nd Company, before the man vanishes over a hill, never to be seen again. After Jort's disappearance, Gilbert reunites with Gary. Together they meet a drifter named Towbill. Gary and Towbill brawl briefly in a bar, but soon settle their differences, riding out into the plains on a stolen stagecoach. At some point, Towbill slips away, and when the coach stops, Gary and Gilbert realize he is gone. Gary and Gilbert are separated once more, but later cross paths in the same town where they first met. Not long after, they encounter Jort Miracle himself. The three head into the mountains toward another town. Along the way, Gary begins taunting Jort about the state of the Gober gang, accusing him of abandoning it. Tensions rise until Gary declares the gang finished, claiming everyone is choosing sides now. The confrontation explodes into a shootout. Gilbert sides with Jort. Gary is shot in both legs early and forced to crawl and hide beneath buildings, while Jort and Gilbert hurl fire bottles into the foundations. During one throw, Gary manages to shoot Gilbert in the hand, shattering the bottle midair. Flames engulf Gilbert, who burns alive in the chaos. Jort hunts Gary through the burning ruins until, at last, he corners him beneath a collapsing building. As they both draw, Towbill emerges from the flames, blasting Jort with a sawed-off shotgun and shattering his arm. Jort falls to the ground. In his final moments, he looks up at the night sky, stars glimmering through smoke and flame. Towbill vanishes into the darkness. Gary tries to crawl free, but the burning building collapses, burying him beneath the wreckage.